In this video, we are going to discuss evaluating or solving numerical expressions. In other words, we're going to be taking numerical expressions and getting the value of them. So let's get started. All right, so when we evaluate numerical expressions, you guys may remember that we are going to be using the order of operations. In other words, PEMDAS. We want to do our parentheses, then our exponents, then multiplying and dividing, and then adding and subtracting. So let's take a look at this expression here. Whenever I want to evaluate an expression, I always be sure to write my order over on the side. That way I can check things off as I go. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check off any parentheses that I may have. The first set of parentheses I see here is 3 times 9, which would be 27. And then that 27 is still in a special set of parentheses, which are called brackets. And those are still grouping symbols. Any brackets also tell, like we want to do any brackets before as well. Those do count as parentheses. 20 minus 7 is 20. So now I'm left with 20 divided by 5. The next thing I'm going to check out is for any exponents. There are no exponents. And then multiply and divide. 20 divided by 5 would be 4. So the value of this expression is 4. I'm going to fix that little bracket there. Okay. And now we have this expression here, 12 plus 7 minus 3 times 4 plus 6. First thing, every single time, what I'm going to do is write down my order. First thing, I do see some parentheses. 12 plus 7 is going to be 19. So now I have 19 minus 3 times 4 plus 6. Next thing I'm going to check for is any exponents. I do not have any exponents, so I can check that off. We're done. Now multiply and divide. I do see a 3 times 4, which is 12. So now I have 19 minus 12 plus 6. I don't see any more multiplication or division, so I'm done with that step. Now next is adding and subtracting. And now here's a very important thing to remember. Even though technically it says adding first in the acronym, it's all one step, addition and subtraction. It's all one step, and we do it from left to right. So I'm going to do that 19 minus 12 first, which would be 7. And then I have 7 plus 6, which would be 13. So the value of this expression would be 13. Again, adding and subtracting and multiplying and dividing, those are all one step together. Multiplication and division, you just do in the order that you see it. And then adding and subtracting, you do in the order that you see it. All right, evaluate 9 plus 4 times 6 divided by 8 minus 7. So always write your order. I don't see any parentheses. I don't see any exponents. So next is multiply and divide. I see 4 times 6, which is 24. I am going to copy down the rest of my expression. Now I have 9 plus 24 divided by 8 minus 7. Now I still see some division. We're still on the multiplying and dividing step. 24 divided by 8 would be 3. Now I have 9 plus 3 minus 7. Now we're going to add it. So that step is done. Now we have all addition and subtraction. And we're just going to do it in the order that we see it. 9 plus 3 is 12. 12 minus 7 would be 5. So the final value of this expression would be 5. All right, let's move on to our last few examples. 100 minus 50 divided by 5 plus times 10. Always write your order. All right, no parentheses, no exponents. Next is going to be multiply and divide. Even though it says multiply first, remember, this is all one step together. That's why we write it next to each other. 50 divided by 5 is going to be 10. Now I have 100 minus 10 times 10. I still have some multiplication. 10 times 10 is 100. So now I have 100 minus 100. My multiplication and division is done. Next is adding and subtracting. 100 minus 100. This has a value of 0. All right, let's move to the next example. 3 plus 6 times 1 plus 2 divided by 3 minus 7. Again, first thing I'm going to do every single time is write my order. I do see some parentheses. 1 plus 2 is going to be 3. Now we have 3 plus 6 times 3 divided by 3 minus 7. I don't see any exponents. Multiply and divide. 6 times 3 is 18. I have 3 plus 18 divided by 3 minus 7. I still have some division. 18 divided by 3 is 6. Now I have 3 plus 6 minus 7. 3 plus 6 is 9 minus 7. Our final value is 2. All right, let's do our final example. All right, I have 20 plus 3 times. If there's a number on the outside, that means multiplication. So I'm first just going to rewrite this with that multiplication symbol so we don't get confused. All right, 5 minus 1 is 4. So I still have 20 plus 3 times 4. 3 times 4 is 12. Remember, I didn't write my order. All right, so we did our parentheses. There are no exponents, and now we're multiplying and dividing. 3 times 4 is 12. 20 plus 12 gives us a final value of 32. Alrighty, so that is our final example for now. We will talk about these and answer any questions that you may have. But for now, we are all set. Bye, guys.